Imagine walking into a room that was developed with one purpose in mind: to create an opportunity for you to meet people based on your own criteria, such as values, interests, and personality. This room has been created to fulfill the purpose communities are believed to serve: the bringing together of people who have something in common, a space where you are in control of who you interact with. What makes this room unique is there are no walls, no door, and no physical boundaries. It is a virtual space, an online experience. Prior to the proliferation of social networking, virtual groups were limited by the constraints of available technologies. But now, the concept of community has less geographical limitation, as people can now gather in this virtual space. Given our constantly shifting social reality, what is considered community is also shifting. Understanding our involvement and attachment to these communities can also help us understand the cultures that live within them. This adventure began with intrigue and led us on a journey of discovery into the online dating world of many single people today. We spoke with some wonderful people who were honest in sharing their experiences of the online dating process. We were not interested in knowing the outcomes once they decided to meet in person, but in the online experience leading up to that moment.
I was drawn, I guess, to sign up for online dating because I'm single, and my sister was doing it, and yeah, I'm busy, and it was just another option to try and meet new people.
Initially, the frustration of how hard it is to actually meet people in any other way. Like, in real life, I just found it so hard to, where do you meet people? Where do you go to meet people? And people would always say, oh, at work. Well, in my work environment, it's not set up that way where that's where I would end up meeting someone through a coworker and going on a date. So my work environment is not set up that way. So just out of frustration and being single for so long.
I didn't know where to meet any guys, really. There was no other options. I was separated, hadn't dated in, God, like 15 years. So that was the easiest place to start.
The process of creating an online identity, it's a process for me that's changed over the years. Like, I've had an online dating identity for about 4 years since I've been in this area. And I know I go in there once in a while and I kind of revise it, and from stuff I've heard from other people or these online dating gurus who think they know the way around the online dating communities. And I just try new things to, it's in a sense, it's almost a game to see if I can attract people's attention with different tactics. So I guess the process of developing an online identity is kind of a continuous one.
Kind of annoying because I really didn't want to put that much time into it, to tell you the truth. I just asked my friends, I guess, what they put on their profiles, mainly my sister. I didn't really know what to put on it. I kept it pretty simple. That's about it. I mean, I didn't want to put a whole list of extravagant stories and tell my entire life story on it, because what are you going to talk about when you actually meet someone, right? So it's pretty simple, basic.
Yeah, that was really hard. I think everybody would say that. It's pretty hard is trying to, I guess, define yourself on a piece of paper, and then you have the questions that you're always wondering, like, do I put my face, or do I put my picture up, or how many pictures do I put up? Do I do like everybody else and take a shirtless picture of myself in the bathroom mirror, you know, where I look awesome?
On the online dating community, you wouldn't believe how many people explicitly put, if you have a shirtless bathroom picture, I will not respond to you.
My profile and identity changed because I've evolved into me. I've realized what I don't want to find on there, and I had to be truer to who I was to find what I wanted.
It was kind of exciting because you're getting all this attention, right, that you're not used to. From guys, and they're complimenting you, and you're not. It's an ego boost. It is.
Oh, you check it constantly. When the first few days on your profile, you're always seeing who's talking to you, or you're wasting time, you know, shifting through or filing through profiles and seeing what's out there, and messaging people and questioning whether they're legit or they're just on it for fun, or if they actually want to find someone. Or so it was just kind of a fun little game, I guess.
This one girl was like, okay, when are you going to send me some pictures of you? And I'm like, oh, well, I already have my online photos. And she's like, what about like right now? What are you doing? And so I was at the gym, sent her a picture of me holding a weight or something. Whatever I was doing, I was like, one of the other trainers snapped a shot of me, just a casual shot. And then she sent me a picture of her at the gym. So there was some common ground there. That was nice.
The definition of community is flexible, ranging from people living in the same area, individuals who have something in common, or people who share an experience, interest, or cause. With this in mind, one is led to believe online dating sites would result in a community of singles all coming together with a collective purpose. Culture is embedded in the communities in which we are a part of, and the online platforms in which we choose to interact with are a part of the culture we personify. Whether people are disposed to engage with one another is dependent upon the norms of a particular community and the extent to which individuals make them a part of their everyday lives. Has this online culture of singles created a new community?
The term community definitely is not the right word for this experience. There's no community about it. It's me, them. It's all about me.
Yeah, it's a community. But a community kind of has a sense of bonding too, and I don't really get that on online dating. When I think about a community, I think about a neighborhood, I think about a school, I think about a group of people that share the same interest in their work lives. They look out for each other. I'm really not sure if people on Plenty of Fish are looking out for each other. They're pretty much looking out for themselves. So you got some characteristics of community and some not.
No. I don't think, because the community, feel like you've built a relationship. You don't really build relationships with that, because, and community, for me, community, there's more than one person talking, right? There's a whole bunch of people talking to each other. So it's not really community. And also, for me, community is supportive. And you're not really getting the support from others on that. It is a one-to-one communication.
Online dating is not a support network. We're all out there for ourselves. It's an individual game.
In my mind, it's not a community because once you've achieved the website's objective, you're out of it. You're completely gone from it.
Sure. Yes, I do. Because I feel like, some of my buddies have said, what are you doing on that? You're only going to meet messed up people. And my response to them is, well, I'm not a messed up person and I went on it. Mm-hmm. So I would assume there are a few others out there that are like me that would also, go on it. And in that sense, I feel like I'm in the dating community. I'm weeding through people, finding matches, not so good matches, and just weeding through. And that's just like in real life.
No, it's. I don't feel that I'm part of a community when I'm participating in online dating.
No, it still feels very much like kind of a solo effort.
I mean, if I did, then I'd have no problem telling my friends or acquaintances that I'm on an online dating site. But there's that judgmental factor when you're in real life that comes from it, so definitely not a community.
I don't invest as much time into it as some other people, so maybe I don't feel personally that it's a community for me. It might be for somebody else, but not for me. I'm on online dating for myself.
Yeah, I really don't think it would be a community any more than, I don't know, I consider Facebook a community. It's not, in my eyes, it's more of a time waster. If I want to connect with people through Facebook, I say hey, I'm going to give you a call, or hey, I'm going to send you this text message, hey, can you meet me somewhere?
It seems clear that the online space is rapidly becoming one of the most popular domains for people to meet, instigating romantic relationships. However, 81% of our singles believe this online space creates no sense of belonging and is far from a community in the traditional sense. It would appear the use of the term community is a misnomer when describing these virtual dating sites. This story took a new direction, leading us into the world of identity and deception. A surprising turn and a potential key piece of the puzzle in the online dating community. The creation of an online profile creates an identity which allows people the opportunity to exaggerate and even outright lie. It would seem this platform allows for individuals to present their ideal selves, regardless of the distance between ideal and actual self. Irving Goffman suggested that the packaging and editing of the self in order to make favorable impressions upon others is an essential and ubiquitous component of social interaction.
Well, I perceive others' online identities with definite questioning and curiosity and skepticism. I want to, like, part of me is like, wow, you sound like really awesome. And at first I really buy into it. I'm like, you're just great. And then I think about it, we'll see. You might be just selling yourself.
I'm not naive. I know that people may not be who they really are online. I take it with a grain of salt. I have hopes that maybe I will find someone that's legit, and when I meet them in person, it's actually who they are.
If you're not confident and comfortable about yourself and you really want something, then it's easy to build a facade, right?
I don't believe a word they say, and I usually don't even, even though I base meeting someone on physical attraction, I don't assume that that's actually what they look like in person.
I think I probably read more into the pictures that people put online than the actual words that they say.
My identity definitely changes online. There's a sense of comfort being behind a computer.
Yeah, I think it might actually. Well, like I said, I initially did my online profile, and I kind of created it in that, and I didn't know what to say at times, so I went with sarcasm. And then I remember one day I was just like, oh, maybe I should relook at my profile. I looked at it and I was like, oh, okay, I could change that. And I think a lot of times I'll even change my online profile if I see a girl that I'm like, hey, it's like, oh, she says she likes camping and stuff like that. Well, I love the mountains and things like that. And you kind of emphasize points, or you withhold other things.
You can be a little bit more, it's like text messaging. You can say a little bit more than you can face to face. You just have a little bit more guts, I guess. But I would like to think that I keep pretty true to myself, because when I meet someone in person, that's who I want to be. I'm not going to want to put on this facade for life, because that's just not what I want in a relationship.
When I have my bio online, I try to say, of course, protecting who I am, because you don't want to reveal everything about you so they show up at your door the next day. But I try and reveal all my interests and what I'm looking for online.
Does my identity change online? No, not anymore. Back when I first got on the internet and there's chat rooms and stuff like that, I explained it like there's two separate Aarons. There's online Aaron, and then there's real life Aaron. Two very separate, very unique identities. Online Aaron was confident and cocky and goofy and an asshole, all the challenging characteristics you would have, and real life Aaron was timid and shy, and so it was really kind of a dichotomy of the ideal stuff is like, I want to try out these new kind of characteristics and see how they work. And then if they work, well, maybe we'll incorporate them into real life Aaron. But now I'm consistent.
Very little interpersonal connection that you can achieve through online dating. It's a place to meet people. I'm not on Plenty of Fish to have email messaging back and forth for months on end. I want to meet someone in person.
I think you can get to know certain things online, but when it comes to like that connection, it's it needs to be personal. It needs to be one-on-one.
The interpersonal connection that you're going to achieve for myself, that I believe, is just that instantaneous attraction. Are you attracted to that person or aren't you? And yeah, you're going to exchange pleasantries for a minute or two, and you're going to kind of get a feel. But for myself, I'm always 2 or 3 messages. It's like, okay, let's swap phone numbers. Let's go out for a drink, or go out for dinner, or go out for coffee. Like, I want to meet you in person, because you hiding behind a computer screen, I don't know if you're who you say you are. So if you're not going to meet me right away, then that's a huge red flag to me. It's like, okay, you aren't selling yourself true, and we're going to end this real quick. I don't play that back and forth game for months and months.
In some ways it's really hard because some people are putting up a facade that they don't really want to reveal their true selves. And also a lot of guys play games.
The online environment, I would say, is not a good place to develop interpersonal connections. Because honestly, you don't know how an individual acts in a social setting.
No, I really don't. It's I think the development of some sort of a connection, or any sort of relationship, it needs to be maybe physical is not the word.
Face to face.
Yeah, face to face.
Plenty of Fish isn't somewhere, or any online dating site isn't something that I personally want to develop interpersonal relationships. Like I said, you want to meet someone in person. You get their true character in person, not online. And who knows what their character is online, whether it's legit or not.
Anyone who fully believes what's on the internet is 100% true is in for a rude awakening, because it's not. Like, I can sell myself as an 8-foot tall basketball player, making $100 million a year and what have you, and not be anywhere like that. So yeah, you need to meet in person.
87% of our participants felt that individuals misrepresented themselves within their online profiles. They felt like they were never getting the true picture until they met in person. This deception of identity within the virtual world devalues the image of its members, and consequently left most of our singles feeling like community was an inaccurate description of these online dating sites. People connect with communities because there's a sense of authenticity, belonging, shared values, and genuine connections with others. Until people are held accountable for their virtual identity, how can there ever be the right ingredients that develop a community? Over the past decade, the advancement of technologies has grown at a rapid pace. New generations will not know a world or communications without social networking. The culture of singles has embraced this concept and taken the world of dating online. People now use computer-mediated communications to try to make a connection with who they hope would be the one, their mate, a partner for life, even with the knowledge of identity deception. Online dating sites market themselves as communities, but evidence demonstrates the members do not feel the same. As long as there's deception, can this virtual dating space ever be a true sense of a community?